When is it time for you to break up with your doctor? You want to know what this is all about? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some terrific information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. So now, when I say break up with your doctor, I mean end the doctor-patient relationship. You may find during the course of your medical treatment that your doctor was careless and caused you significant harm and injury. And now in the back of your mind you're thinking, how can you do this? You can't bring a lawsuit against your doctor. You love this man. You love this person. You've put your life in his hands for so many years. There's no way he could have intended to cause you harm. And guess what? Nobody's saying that he intended to cause you any harm. But a lawsuit seeking compensation, seeking money as a form of compensation here in New York, that's got nothing to do with intentional acts. In fact, if you claim that the doctor intended to harm you, his insurance company would turn around and say, hey, we're not providing any coverage here. And now the doctor's going to be personally on the hook for anything that happens if you bring a lawsuit. Nobody's claiming in these medical malpractice cases in New York that the doctor intentionally caused you harm. Now, another thing that you probably are feeling is guilt. You probably have guilt because, number one, you want to continue seeing your doctor. You feel that strongly toward him. And you cannot envision, you cannot imagine that this doctor caused you some harm either intentionally or accidentally. And you certainly don't want to aggravate him by bringing a lawsuit against him, which is exactly what you fear is going to happen when you start a case against him, assuming, of course, you have a valid case. It's that fear, it's that apprehension that you have, wondering what will happen if you go ahead and go after the doctor for medical malpractice. Let me share with you and let me alleviate some of the fears and concerns that you have. When you bring a lawsuit for medical malpractice, you are arguing that, number one, your doctor was careless. Not over the course of years, not over the course of the entire duration that he treated you, but on a particular day, at a particular time, at a particular instance where you presented with certain complaints and problems. The doctor was careless or his staff was careless. And now that's not enough. We have to show that we are more likely right than wrong, that that carelessness was a cause of your injury. We call that in law causation. So first we have to show negligence or carelessness, which is also known as liability. Then we have to show that that carelessness was a cause of, there has to be a link connecting the wrongdoing to your injury. And then we also have to show that your injuries are significant or permanent. Once we're able to do all those three things, confirmed by a qualified medical expert, now we have a basis to go forward. Now, the more basic concept of bringing a lawsuit is to seek compensation for all of your harms, for all of your injuries, for all of the losses that were caused by this doctor's carelessness. Had he not been careless on that particular day, that particular time, you would not have suffered the following injuries. You would not have incurred all those medical expenses. You would not have needed all that additional medical care and treatment in the future. You would not have been disabled from now into the future. All of those things arise from a cascade of problems started by the initial carelessness. So as you're deciding whether or not to go forward and break apart or break off or divorce yourself from your precious doctor, you have to answer the question, what's going to happen to you a year down the road? What's going to happen 5 years, 10 years down the road? Is the doctor going to pay for your medical expenses? No. Is the doctor voluntarily going to help put food on your table when you are unable to do so? No. Is the doctor going to help pay for your kids' tuition for college and other expenses? The answer is no. All because you are no longer able to provide for your family because of his carelessness. So when we bring a lawsuit for medical malpractice, medical negligence, we're not saying that the doctor's a bad person. We're not saying he's a horrible ogre. Instead, what we are saying is that at a particular date, at a particular time, this doctor violated the basic standards of medical care. And as a result of that, you suffered terrible consequences. Now, the doctor is not going to lose his license to practice medicine. His reputation is not going to be destroyed. He will still continue seeing patients. And that's the fact. Some patients are so worried. They're so concerned about what's going to happen to the doctor and what will the doctor think of them if they bring a lawsuit seeking money as compensation for all of their injuries. Now, some people think that because I use the word compensation, it means workers' compensation. No, that's a totally different animal. It's a different system. This is a civil lawsuit against your doctor. You're not saying that you're trying to take away his license. You're not taking away his livelihood. But you are arguing that at a particular date, particular time, this doctor was careless and caused you injury. And now you want them to compensate you, pay you for all the injuries that you suffered because of his carelessness. You know, I realize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.